Meet the 2026 CATPOUND leaders and their goals for this season.
Eureka students are asked what kitchen utensil they would be and why.
We find out about how Missouri's phone ban impacts EHS. Meet the new teachers around EHS.
EHS alumni tell us how our school has changed since their time here.
New treats in Eureka. EBN visits the newly opened cafe Dough Crazy.
All that and more.
This is EBN. Thanks for joining us for our September broadcast. I'm Emmy Lamone, joined alongside
Adley Walton.
Each year, new seniors take charge of the award-winning student section here at Eureka. EBN meet with the new 2026 CATPOUND leaders to discuss what goes into leading the student section and their goals for this season's CATPOUND.
Hi, I'm Morgan Bilby.
Hi, I'm Emmy Lamone.
I'm Maddie Wilkin.
I'm John Havercorn.
I'm Jackson Joggers.
And I'm Cole Rogers.
We are the 2025-26 Eureka CATPOUND leaders.
Woo! The crowd hype is always be yelling and screaming, and just make sure, like, I always look up and, like, see who's cheering. If I see anyone not cheering, like, I target you and I make sure you're yelling, and I'm going to get some freshmen to run the flag this year so we can get everyone hyped.
My favorite chant is scoreboard, scoreboard.
My favorite part about being a CATPOUND leader is probably getting to pick the themes.
So we came up with themes on Wednesday before the first game, which was on a Thursday. We just kind of went over everything, and we thought of themes we've done in the past for certain games, and then we also wanted to come up with new ones. And we're doing pretty much all the same ones, but this week coming up, week 3, we got a new one, Country Club versus Country, which I think people are going to like that one.
This season, 13-0 state champions.
Yep.
Lafayette, you're going down. What is a Lancer? It's really not too hard.
To improve the CATPOUND from last year, I think we just need to be more positive and keep the energy up throughout the whole game. I think we need to have more chants going out because the CATPOUND leaders last year weren't that great, not going to lie. We need more chants, and I think we need to involve Eureka Cheer more.
We asked EHS what kitchen utensils they would be and why. Let's see who cooked up the best response.
All right, if I was a kitchen utensil, I would just be a normal spoon because they're useful and they're reliable.
I'd be a straw because it's the utensil I use the most, and I've been using a straw for a pretty long time.
Probably a fork because it's the star player of the lineup.
I would say a spoon because I'm just so nice and I help people, and yeah.
Hi, I'm Reagan. I'd be an oven or a stove because I cook in everything I do. Period.
Okay, I'd be a whisk because I like to stir things up.
I'd be a spatula because I like to do flips.
I would be a spork because it's the most versatile utensil. I'd probably be a ladle. Why not?
I would be a spoon.
Just because.
I would be a fork so I can stab people.
We'd be a cup because
We like fun drinks.
I would be a fork because forks are cooler than knives and spoons.
I'd be an air fryer because everybody loves me.
I'd be a knife because,
Knives are tough.
if I was a kitchen utensil, I'd probably be a cheese grater because they're pretty fun to use.
I'd be a spork because I'm good in every situation.
Oh my God!
I would be a spoon because it's spoons are cool and stuff, and I think it's very unique.
I'd be a knife because I'm really sharp.
I'm a sifter because I filter out the bad energy.
a plate because I serve.
So what kitchen utensil would I be? I would be a spork, but not just any spork, because most sporks are plastic. I would be a metal spork, because I'm going to be lastable and durable, and I'm also adaptable, so I'm useful in multiple different situations. So definitely a metal spork in my case is what I would choose, so yeah.
A fork. No, I'm gonna do a spoon.
Wait, what is it called again?
Sifter.
I'm a sifter because wait, what?
A fork because I'm like always eating, you know, like.
Because it's a combination.
Missouri's new phone ban is changing the ways of EHS. We talk with administration about these changes and what the students think.
Well, you know, it's interesting that you ask about my thoughts because, you know, I really think that the cell phones in the classroom were an issue, to be quite honest. And that's kind of why we moved in the direction we did just a few semesters ago to try to really re-engage students in the classroom. So I think it is needed. You know, it is something that I think students are really going to benefit from. I think the state is coming at this for the best interest of students, and so it's probably going to be a thing that works out in the end. I see it in the classroom itself, right? Students are paying attention to what's going on. I was in classrooms all today. Every student is writing. Every student is paying attention. There's not the distraction of the cell phone. I'm in favor of making sure that students are able to engage and focus. And if it decreases anxiety in students because they're just not so worried about what's on social media because they don't have their phone, I think that's a good thing. There was actually just a report that was released here this past week that there has been a significant decline in the United States on both reading and math for seniors, right? So we have to do something about it. Is this the answer? I don't know, right? And that's just a trend across the country that we've seen an academic decline, and we need to bring that back.
I think that it is great for kids. I've seen a decrease in like anxiety of like kids that worry a lot about like social stuff and like they're not like constantly like checking the group chat and like trying to see what someone's saying or like stressing out about like replying in a certain time window. I have realized that we are getting through so much more content. Like usually I'm pretty strict about phones. Like I let kids listen to music while they're working, but when we like transition from like one activity to another, kids would like used to like naturally like check their phone and that would be like another like 2 or 3 minutes, which you don't think about that adding up. But when you have a block and I'm doing like 3 or 4 different activities, that ends up being almost 10 minutes that kids are like disengaged. And so I feel like I've been able to get through, like I've been going faster through my curriculum than I have in years past. And it's not necessarily like I have smarter kids this year or anything. It's literally that they're not like turning their brain off from what we're doing when they check their phone. It's like they're constantly engaged.
I have mixed opinions on it. I think it's good sometimes in class, but during lunch and during like free time in ACT Lab, I don't think it does anything. I think it just makes school more boring.
You know, I think time's going to tell, right? If we see a climb, if we do see students that maybe are a little less anxious or worried about what's on social media or the need to post all the time, and also just see an increase in academic rigor, then it's a win. The cell phone's going to be there, right? You know, I don't think there's ever going to be necessarily a decrease in social media or cell phone use. But at least if we can give students 6 to 7 hours a day where that's not driving what you're doing, I think it's going to be a win.
EHS has been open for 96 years. We ask alumni how Eureka has changed since they've attended.
Hi, I'm Ted Drury. I am a theater and English teacher here at Eureka High School. This is my first year. I started in 1999 and I graduated in 2003.
I'm Ms. Weitzel. I'm a Spanish teacher at Eureka High School. I've been teaching here for 14 years.
Well, I attended my sophomore, junior, senior year, graduated in 1992.
I attended all 4 years at Eureka High School and I graduated in 1997.
Well, the pep rallies were always a blast, but during homecoming we would have a bonfire that was really fun.
When I was a student here, one of my favorite traditions was Homecoming Spirit Week. We love dressing up.
One tradition that I loved as a student that is still done today is I was on the swim team and we were the very first year of drawing the fish on the wall and painting them, and it is still done today. So my fish is still on the wall in the pool.
The stuff that I loved was Center of the Year stuff or centered around band or performance or some of the things that ETC would do.
Eureka is awesome. It's a great place. Atmosphere is fabulous. Students are wonderful.
I decided to come back and teach here because once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat.
I want wanted to come back to teach here because Eureka was such an important place to me when I was growing up. I thought it was a very unique school environment where everybody felt like they were a part of the community. I didn't feel boxed into one group. I felt like I was a part of lots of different groups, and people were really accepting. And part of the reason why was because we were so energetic and happy about some of those traditions, and it really built community that everyone felt included.
Part of it was simply, the job opened at a time when I was looking for a job.
My piece of advice for students today is trust your instincts.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
I got one. And actually this would relate to if you're looking back at high school, I'd say spend more time with people. Spend more time with real people.
If I had to give advice to students today, I would say try something that you didn't try before and see if maybe something you're interested in could be something that turns into your passion. I didn't start out wanting to do Spanish as a career, but I just liked the class because the teacher was good, and I did it to just kind of try it out, and I ended up really loving it. And the same thing happened with theater. I didn't do theater until my senior year because I was trying something new, and when I did as a senior, I found that was like a passion. So sometimes just, maybe take a leap of faith or a risk and see if it turns out to be something that's really meaningful.
Eureka's foreign exchange students from Spain, South Africa, and Italy talk about their experiences at Eureka and what they miss from home.
I am Mr. Roach. I am a school counselor. The process of getting them set up for the school year, they will come to us with maybe what they need for the schools back at home as well. So they have to have government, they have to have English, and then depending upon the school that they have, then they will have other qualifications that they need, and we need to make sure that those credits might transfer back, or maybe they don't need them to transfer back necessarily, but we have to go based off of what they need back at home. To figure out the classes that they need to take, it will be very much talking with the student, for one, to communicate with their exchange program that they have, and also then sometimes, I had one where I was looking online at their stuff, but I could not understand any of it because it was in Italian. But talking to them and trying to see what they will need and how it will transfer over. They get chosen to come to Eureka in kind of a variety of ways. They will apply, it goes to central office, and then where it would be is who will host them. And if the host family lives in Eureka, then they would come to Eureka. If they live in the Lafayette quadrant, they'll go to Lafayette.
My name is Daniela and I'm from Italy.
My name is Takala Munyai and I'm from South Africa.
My name is Mayara Gomez Acioli and I'm from Spain. I became an exchange student because it's my dream and I realized it.
Just for the experience and just to get a new outlook on life.
I really wanted to study in the United States since I was really young, so I just did the exchange year. I tried Raising Cane and I love it.
Raising Canes.
Oof, Raising Canes. Yeah, probably. In America, I visited New York and I love New York.
I'd say Elephant Park, Rock Park. Yeah.
I really like San Luis. It reminds me to my city in Spain. I don't know exactly, but maybe in the future, I don't know, but maybe work here.
Yeah, school events like homecoming and prom and making new friends.
Oh, making more friends and I don't know, just live the American experience and all the high school things. Food. I miss food.
My family and the food.
My friends and yeah, only my friends. I love this. And my family, of course. And yeah, that's it.
Dough Crazy, a new restaurant in Eureka. Only open for 6 months, tells us the opening of their cafe and more.
The Dough Crazy Cafe.
I am Danielle White.
William White.
My name is Naomi.
I've been a chef for a really long time, couple decades now or so, probably longer than you guys have been alive. So I'm very familiar with kitchens, things like that. But this was the first time we've ever got into owning a restaurant. I think I've always wanted to have my own restaurant, just ever since I've kind of gotten into the industry, and I've owned my own business before, so working for myself I think is something I've always been interested in. It's a little bit easier to make your own schedule and do the things with your family that you want to do, and you're not tied to corporate restraints and things like that. I think with any business, financial risk is a huge one.
Absolutely.
Benefits and things like that. So some of those things are kind of a risk as well if you're going to work for yourself. So stability, and then, everybody's like, I want to work for myself because I don't want to work so many hours and blah, blah, blah. Well, when you work for yourself, you work a lot more. so you risk some of your time, but it's worth it in the end.
We're still more than 6 months in now, but still getting new people who've never seen us before.
A lot of new people.
A lot of new people.
So that's kind of been slow.
Yeah. So learning things along the way that we could make to our advantage better or take advantage of that we haven't found yet.
Yeah, even within the last couple of weeks, I can tell like we're getting the word out there more.
That's really probably our main goal is eventually to franchise it. And actually people have already asked us and kind of approached us on that. So we've actually had a couple people already offer like, hey, would you be willing to sell the concept? We grow national brands, things like that.
Seeing repeat customers come back. That's for sure been something that's made me smile. I mean, other than what I do full time, I know the restaurant side. So you're always going to keep people interested and happy and hungry with food, but seeing people come back and not just try the same thing they like that we offer, but trying new things.
I love, greeting the people. I love, talking to the kids and, talking to the older generation as well. I love being front of house.
By numbers, our most popular menu item is actually our bacon, egg, and cheese. It sells the most out of anything. I feel like, everyone loves bacon. I don't know who really doesn't, and most of the time, no offense, they're kind of weird. But it is what it is.
We do offer sausage too.
Yeah, and we offer vegetarian options and things like that, so I'm not trying to be mean. But so the bacon, egg, and cheese is actually the most popular thing, but lunch sandwich, it's the Big Chef, and it's my sandwich, and all of our sandwiches are named after family members, and it's our favorite sandwich. So like if you get a Chubb's or a Bubba, that's really what they eat on their sandwich normally. So, and what was really cool about that is most of us like a different sandwich. So it was easy inspiration for the menu items themselves.
You also can't discount the Gouda and glazed.
Oh,
because when we first opened, Chef wanted to make a new sandwich or promote something new every month. And so our first sandwich that we made ended up being so popular, it stayed on as a continual item. So the Gouda and glazed is a bacon, sausage, egg with 2 Gouda slices smushed in between 2 glazed donuts.
And then we panini press it.
Exactly. It's going to satisfy every taste bud.
We interviewed the new teachers of Eureka, Mr. Stelkin, Ms. Acton, Ms. Pierce, and Mr. Schroeder.
Mr. Stelkin, I teach social studies, specifically U.S. history and world history. I've always been a big history buff. Love learning about history, so, what better opportunity to learn about history than to teach it. So I'm from St. Louis. I've always known about Eureka and its community, and I've always known it's had a strong community, so that was really appealing to me coming here for that. So in the past, this is actually year 1 for me, so it's been a lot of new. I'll put it that way. It's definitely a learning curve for sure. U.S. history is my favorite, so love teaching that. I also like world history. Maybe one day St. Louis history would be cool to teach.
All right, I'm Kate Acton and I teach chemistry. I had a friend that teaches over at Marquette, and she said that Eureka needed a chemistry teacher, and I was really excited about how big Eureka was with all the clubs and activities. Oh, so I think my favorite topic in chemistry is going to be nomenclature, just naming compounds, to put it simply. It's my favorite topic. It was a charter school in the city. It was part of Confluence Academy's Grand Center Arts Academy. I actually wanted to be an architect, and got accepted to architecture school, but I needed to get some prereqs out of the way, so I took those at the community college. One of them was physical science, and I actually fell in love with science.
My name is Vicki Pierce, and I teach
LA 9th and 10th. I've always wanted to be a teacher. It was the first thing that I wanted to do. I was sitting in a 7th grade English class reading the Diary of Anne Frank and just thought, this is it, this is what I want to do. I have children in the Rockwood school system. My son is actually a sophomore here at Eureka, and my daughter will be coming soon. She's a 6th grader at LaSalle. This is my 11th year teaching. I took some time off to stay home with the kids, but I taught for 4 years in Nashville, Tennessee, and then got an opportunity to teach overseas. So I lived in London for 3 years and taught within the British school system, and then moved back to the United States and taught in Bentonville, Arkansas for 3 years. Right now, we're in both classes, we're going to start our novels. So I'm really excited about that. Both are historical fiction, both are set in World War II and the aftermath, so I'm looking forward to that.
I'm Ryan Schrader. I teach high school math. So, well, I guess multiple things. I'm from Eureka. I graduated from Eureka High School in 2005. And when I got into education, it was kind of always the end goal to get back home. So teaching is a second career for me. This is my 5th year in education. I always knew I wanted to teach and coach at the high school level. Long story short, things didn't kind of go the way early on in life that I had planned for, but I was fortunate enough to have the opportunity to get into education later in life, and I'm ecstatic to be here. Sure. So I taught at Sullivan High School and Bourbon High School, which is a little more rural area than out here in Eureka. It was great learning experiences. I appreciate everybody I worked with, the students I had. But at the end of the day, this is the right place for me, and I'm glad to be home at Eureka.
Staff takes on a new challenge this school year, seeing what team can read the most books. Let's see how the competition is going.
I'm Morgan Bilby.
And I'm TJ Lyons.
And we're reporting with EBN to talk about the staff reading race.
In this race, or challenge some might say, there are 5 teams of the Eureka staff and teachers, and each team is trying to read as much books as possible before the start of December.
Each person can read a different amount of books, and it can be audio or hard copy.
Let's go interview these boys. Who am I here with today?
Michael McDonald.
Okay, and how do you feel about the reading competition with the teachers?
I'm pretty excited about it. I enjoy reading, and this is going to force me to keep reading.
Yeah. How was your team created?
It was all random. We were just randomly assigned. I heard it was a painstaking process, but I don't know what went into it.
Okay. And then what significance does your team have to you?
Oh, I think I'm on Team A, so I think that means that we're probably the best.
Yeah, that's valid, actually. What book are you reading?
Currently, I'm reading Morning Star. It's book 3 of the Red Rising trilogy, which I would very much recommend.
It's good to know. Are you reading audio or hard copy?
I read the hard copy. When I do an audiobook, my attention kind of wanders sometimes, so I have to think oh no, I need to go back and re-listen.
Yeah, I got you. And then who is the best reader on your team, in your opinion?
It's hard to say. We haven't met in person, so I don't want to say myself, but it's probably somebody else because I feel like I'm a slow reader.
Okay, yeah, that's valid.
Oh wait. Okay, go now. All right, what's your name and what book group are you part of?
My name is Miss Doherty, and I'm Team C.
Do you guys have a group name?
You know what? We have not been that creative yet.
All right, gotta figure that out soon. How was your team created?
Our team, Mrs. Jurger down in the library, she made all the teams for the book clubs.
So you guys didn't get to choose
No.
your groups or anything? Okay. What book are you reading?
Oh, right now I'm listening to the audiobook for Unbroken, and I'm reading Just Mercy.
What genre is that?
Just Mercy is a memoir. Unbroken is historical fiction. Or no, I think it's nonfiction. I need to double check. I just started it this morning.
Do you have a favorite so far?
Oh, favorite book of the challenge, or just
favorite book you've read so far.
Well, I really like Just Mercy. I really like that one. It is really sad, so I kind of have to plan out when I read it. I can't read too much of it at once, which I guess isn't good for the challenge, but I'm trying to power through.
Who do you think is the best reader on your team?
Gosh, I need to look at a list of my team because I'm forgetting. I know that Mrs. Bauer has a Kindle, so I think that's a pretty powerful tool in this competition. Out of everyone, I think that Mrs. Madrala might be the strongest reader because I think she read over 100 books last year. So she is tough competition we're going to have to beat. But
Tough game.
Who am I here with?
Hi, I'm Miss Baskin. I'm the senior principal.
Okay, and what team are you on?
I am on Team E, extra special.
And who's the best reader on your team?
I think Miss Katraba, because she likes to email us inspirational things over the weekend to keep us motivated.
And what tactics do you have for this reading challenge?
So I like to read 3 books at a time. This is probably crazy, but I listen to one in my car on Audible. I always have a fiction and a nonfiction book by my bed, and then I also always have a nonfiction book at my desk. So if I ever have time, I just can read a few pages.
Okay, and who's your biggest rival in this challenge?
I think it's B. Let me look at these teams here. Yes, Christy Raymond is talking a big game, and they also have Mrs. Madrala, who is a voracious reader, so I would say they're our biggest competition.
Okay, and then have you ever filled out a book form without reading the book?
No, I don't. I don't believe in that. I'm not a cheater.
Who am I here with?
Big Wit. Katraba.
Okay, and I'm gonna have you guys read the same book for 30 seconds and see how far you guys can get.
Bring it. I'm gonna Dewey decimate her.
Okay,
Girl,
ready?
I got you. Hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Phone's off.
It's off.
3, 2, 1.
He began his new life standing up, surrounded by the cold darkness and stare dusty air, metal ground against metal. A lurching shudder shook his floor.
He began his new life standing up, surrounded by cold darkness
drops of sweat beating on his forehead despite the cool air. His back struck a hard metal wall. He slid around and hit the corner of the room. Sinking to the floor, he pulled his legs up tight against his body, hoping his eyes would soon adjust to the darkness. With another jolt, the room jerked upward like an old lift mine shaft. Harsh sounds of chains and pulleys and the workings of an of an ancient steel factory echoed in the room, bouncing off the walls with a hollow, tinny whine.
Stop. Ooh, Whitney, where'd you get?
I just got to the first sentence.
The fourth word. All right, winner, what do you have to say?
I've worked really hard my whole life for this.
That's all for us here from Studio E at Eureka High School. For EBN, I'm Hadley Walton.
And I'm Emmy Lamone. We will see you soon, Cats.